Well, tech launch season is not failing to disappoint, especially if you're into e-readers, and maybe this is the best Kindle alternative with page turn buttons. I've got a video coming just on my first thoughts about these new Kindles, and I'll be reviewing those, but at the same time Boox have released this, which is the Palma 2. I mean, this is the Palma 1 that I have in my hand right now, but now Palma 2 is available to pre-order, so I just thought I would bring you all of the differences. There aren't that many, and no, unfortunately it isn't a phone, but more on that a little bit later, because might it just as well be a phone, really? It's on pre-order and it should be shipped around the 12th of November, so you won't have to wait too long. And of course you can go there by the link in the description. The biggest change for me that I can see is they've added a fingerprint reader on the power button, and that's very welcome. It is a bit of a nuisance putting in your PIN code all the time on the Palma 1, because if you're using it a bit like a phone and you are connecting it to different accounts, you do need to keep it secure. So I think it'd be really good that you can just unlock that with a fingerprint and it'll be ready to read at any time, because the benefits of a phone-sized e-reader is that it can just be pulled out of your pocket at any time or place and you can get a few pages read. It's great, for instance, for travel, and I have a lot of content on this and other phone-size e-readers here on my channel. I think that fingerprint reader is actually quite a significant quality of life upgrade there. They also have an upgraded processor. It's still an octa-core, it's still 6 GB of RAM, and it's still 128 GB of storage. They do have a TF card slot, so you can make that bigger if you need to. And both have the same Carta 1200 black and white screen. It does look like they should actually fit into the same case, but of course you'll need to have one that's got a cutout for the fingerprint reader, so the same cases won't work. There is a translucent matte option now in the cases, which looks quite nice. So it is quite a minor update. It is though moving from Android 11 to Android 13, so that's of course very welcome. What do I really think about this? Well, if you need a fingerprint reader, then you should consider upgrading at this point. But most of you, if you're satisfied with your Boox Palma 1, I think you can wait it out till the next generation maybe, when there might be some changes for you. This device has been very popular for a very good reason. It is a really good experience of using e-ink. So I am excited for this launch. It is a powerful little reader, but I suppose they've still left room for a potential Boox phone with maybe a color screen in the future. That's really what I was kind of expecting to see next in the Palma lineup. Not just really a revamped version of this, but because this one's been popular, I'm sure the Palma 2, which is just a logical progression really of it, will be popular too. But should it have been a phone already? Well, if you want that, you do already have that option from Bigme. This is the Bigme Highbreak. This one needs a fingerprint reader. And well, I have actually just filmed my full review of that. I've got loads of content about it on my channel, so you can go ahead and check those out. But TLDR, I haven't actually stuck with this as my main phone. And the main reason for that is there's just a lot of things that are just so much easier to do on a large folding phone like this one. But I am using it as a pocketable e-reader. I read on it all of the time. And I actually leave it generally on airplane mode, and that means that you do get decent battery life from it, despite it actually the screen updating every single minute to keep the time accurate, which is quite a nice little feature. And then when I do want to use the connectivity, I can just take it out of airplane mode and I've got a mobile phone. I've got mobile data. I don't have to hook that up by hotspot to my phone. And I found that to be a real pain with the Palma. I really wanted to use that by hotspot to a phone, but that just didn't work very well because I was having to carry two devices. Now in the marketing chat about the Palma 2, they've talked a lot about distraction free, about focus, about reading, about being mindful. And well, the problem is we still do need to be reachable. So the way I'm using this now is about 80% of the time I'm using it as just a reader, but occasionally I can decide to leave my connected device, my main phone at home, and I can take just one device, still be reachable, still reach people if I need to in a pinch. And actually I quite like that. But the Highbreak isn't perfect, so check out the videos where I discuss in detail the Bigme Highbreak compared to the other phones. It is though a bit cheaper than the Palma 2, but cheaper still, you can get a phone-sized e-reader if all you want is an e-reader in the palm of your hand as an alternative to the Kindles that are out there, and actually for it to have page turn buttons, which is really nice that you can leave your thumb on there and just page turn with the volume keys. I do really like that. That's the Ink Palm. So for now, you should make the next video that you watch this one where I compare those three devices.